Last year, 45% of American adults had a side hustle, almost half the country. And most of them are doing it wrong. They're filling out surveys for $2 an hour. They're buying a course that promises passive income and never makes a cent. They're dropshipping a product nobody wants. So today, I'm not giving you a list of ideas I found on Pinterest. I'm giving you 10 side hustles that are backed by actual 2026 earnings data. Real numbers from real platforms, from freelancers, drivers, and tutors who are doing this right now. No fluff. No, just believe in yourself. Just what pays, what doesn't, and exactly how to start this week. Stick around till the end, because number one is the one almost nobody talks about, and it's the one with the highest ceiling on this entire list. Let's get into it. Quick gut check before we start. The side hustle economy in the US right now is worth over $450 billion. That's not a typo. Gig work, freelancing, content creation. It's become a real second economy running parallel to the 9-to-5. But here's the trap almost everyone falls into. They pick a side hustle because it sounds exciting, not because it actually fits their life. And 6 weeks later, they quit, because the thing they picked needed 30 hours a week, or $500 of equipment, or a skill they didn't have. So before I give you the list, here's the filter I'm running every single one of these through. 3 questions. 1. Does it pay consistently, not just once? 2. Can you start this week for under $50? 3. Can you actually do it next to a full-time job without burning out? If a hustle fails even one of those, it's not on this list. Let's go. We're starting at the bottom of the list on purpose. This is the lowest barrier to entry of anything we'll cover. Platforms like user testing, Swagbucks, and Survey Junkie pay you to test websites, try apps, and answer surveys. User testing specifically pays $10 to $60 for a 20-minute website test. Surveys are smaller, 50 cents to $5 each, but they stack. Realistically, you're looking at $100 to $500 a month. This isn't going to replace your rent. I want to be upfront about that. But here's why it's still worth mentioning. It's the only hustle on this list you can do from your couch, half paying attention while watching TV. Zero skill, zero risk, zero learning curve. Think of it as found money, not a real income stream. This one everybody already knows about, but almost nobody is doing it efficiently. And that's the difference between $15 an hour and $25. Real 2026 numbers. DoorDash drivers average around $19 an hour once you include tips. Uber Eats actually pays better per hour, closer to $25, because the orders tend to be longer routes with bigger tips. Straight rideshare, like UberX, sits around $21 an hour. Here's the part nobody tells you. The real money isn't in driving more hours. It's in driving the right hours. Friday through Sunday evenings can pay 30 to 40% more per hour than a random Tuesday afternoon. And the highest earners aren't loyal to one app. They run DoorDash and Uber Eats at the same time, and just take whichever order pays better. One more thing, track your mileage. The IRS lets you deduct over 70 cents a mile in 2026. If you're decent at math, writing, or literally any subject you took past 10th grade, this is sitting right there for you. Platforms like tutor.com pay around $18 an hour after they're cut for general subjects. But if you can teach something specialized, test prep, a foreign language, coding, rates jump fast. Specialized tutors are clearing $30 to $45 an hour. The honest downside? Scheduling is unpredictable. But here's the upside. A tutor charging $25 an hour with 5 weekly clients makes $500 a month. Raise your rate to 40, and that same 5 clients just became 800. Same hours worked. Real quick before we keep going. If you're actually trying to build extra income instead of just watching a video about it, hit subscribe now. I break down one real, numbers-backed money strategy every single week. No fluff, no get rich quick. Nobody puts this on their side hustle list, and I genuinely don't understand why. Because the pay range is one of the widest and best on this entire video. General transcription through sites like Rev or Go Transcript pays $15 to $30 an hour. But if you specialize, medical transcription pays $20 to $45 an hour, and legal transcription can hit $50. The only real requirement is typing speed, above 65 words a minute, and the patience to listen closely. No certifications needed for general work. This is freelancing's quieter cousin, and it's exploding right now because every small business owner in America has a social media account they're too busy to actually run. Starting rate on Fiverr is around $200 a month per social account you manage. Sounds small until you realize this stacks. 3 small business clients at $200 each is $600 a month. You're not selling your time for an hourly wage capped by a clock. You're selling a result. And once you're efficient at it, you can take on more clients without your hours growing one-to-one with your income. Here's a story that shows you the realistic timeline, because I think most people quit freelance writing exactly 1 month before it would have worked. A guy documenting his side hustle experiment this year started pitching on Upwork. First 2 months, brutal. Rejections, lowball gigs that barely covered his time. By month 3, he landed 1 recurring client. $50 an article, 4 articles a month. It took him over 60 hours of unpaid effort just to land that 1 client. Most people quit before month 3, but the people who push through are now telling us the realistic range is $500 to $2,000 a month within about 6 months. The content marketing industry alone is worth over $600 billion in 2026. There is more demand for decent writers than there are decent writers willing to pitch. You buy underpriced items, thrift store electronics, vintage clothing, niche collectibles, and resell them on eBay, Poshmark, or Facebook Marketplace. The learning curve is real. This one needs starting capital, storage space, and trips to the post office. But if you already enjoy thrifting, you might as well get paid for the hobby you're doing anyway. This one takes the longest to pay off of anything on this list, but it has one of the highest ceilings, which is exactly why it's sitting at number 3. You pick a niche, build an audience, and recommend products through affiliate links. Established affiliates are earning anywhere from $500 to over $5,000 a month. The catch is right there in the word established. This is a 6 to 12 month build. But unlike driving or tutoring, the work you did in month 1 keeps earning in month 12. And here's the one I told you about at the top. The digital products market, templates, presets, printables, paid newsletters, generated about $2.5 trillion in value in 2026. Here's the math that made me stop and think. A niche paid newsletter charging $8 a month with 500 subscribers generates $4,000 a month. Not from ads, not from sponsors, just from people paying directly for genuinely useful content. It takes 6 to 12 months of consistent publishing to get there. It's the slowest hustle on this list to start paying off. But it's the only one where your income isn't capped by your hours. So that's 10. From the fastest cash in your pocket this week to the one with the highest long-term ceiling. Here's my actual advice. Don't try all 10. Pick one that fits your schedule and give it 60 days before you judge whether it's working. Drop a comment and tell me which one you're actually going to try. I read every single one, and I'll be doing a follow-up video on whichever hustle gets the most votes. If this helped, subscribe. See you in the next one.